Hello and welcome to the July podcast of Gypsy Folk Radio. That lovely introduction there was actually a live snippet of this month's guest, Anastas Mihaylov, a Bulgarian tambura player. Hello Anastas.
Hi.
Nice to have you here.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, would you like to give a wee bit of background of who you are and what you are doing in Derry at the minute?
Yes, of course. I'm Anastas Mihaylov.
Yeah.
I'm from Bulgaria. So I'm Bulgarian. I've been living in Bulgaria all my life.
Yeah.
And I'm here in Derry in the frame of European educational exchange program called Grundvik, which is a part of Erasmus+. And due to the kind invitation of Northwest Regional College and especially Ronan O'Callaghan.
Yeah, I know Ronan, yeah.
I ran a course about traditional Balkan music and traditional Balkan courses in the college.
Yeah, and how are you finding the response to the course?
So I've heard a lot of very positive responses. I think people here are interested more in Balkan music than in my own country.
Yeah, well, I can say that we are very interested. Well, our group especially.
Yes, I've been very happy to meet Balkan Alien Sound.
Yeah, we're really happy to meet you. If anyone's listening, we did an impromptu concert with yourself last night in Sandino's.
Yes.
Playing some traditional Bulgarian tunes, and it was really nice. It was our pleasure to be playing with a Bulgarian musician.
And for me it was also a pleasure, and it was really very easy to work with you because you know quite well that Balkan music and rhythm, so it was easy for me.
Yeah, we're still learning at the minute, so I appreciate some of the things you were talking to me about technique and ornamentation, which I can't wait to get stuck into to kind of make my playing a bit more authentic.
I think the best way is to play together.
Yeah.
So just to know some basic things, but the main way to learn some music is to play with somebody else.
Yeah, for sure. So did you enjoy the concert last night?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You went over to Pater O'Donnell's then to see some more musicians.
Yes,
I believe
they were terribly good.
Yeah.
For the first time, I've heard real Irish music in the real Irish pub. So I have never been to Ireland before.
Right.
And it was for me incredible experience last night.
Oh, that's great. Good to hear. And are you finding Derry enjoyable?
More than enjoyable.
Yeah, that's great.
I like people here.
Yeah.
First day when I came here, and I went to the street, and a lot of people said to me hello or something like hello, and I was watching around me if there is somebody next to me.
Yeah.
But then I have found that it's normal and usual.
Yeah,
and it makes me feel at home.
That's good. That's good.
And a lot of other things, of course.
Yeah. And you're from Sofia?
Yes. Yes. I was born in Sofia.
Yeah.
And I live there.
Yeah. I've been there once. I really enjoyed it. Like I'd love to go back. Maybe in the future. I'd love to play in Bulgaria and just to see what Bulgarian people would make of our band. It would really interest me.
It would be interesting, and I hope to stay in touch, and maybe in the future we can do something.
Yeah, you're always welcome back. We could have a spot for you at the club that we run.
Oh, thank you.
It would be great to host you.
Yes, I hope to come again here.
Great.
And I think it will happen. I really feel myself very comfortable here in Derry.
Oh, that's good. So the reason I asked some guests on the show is just to get to know a bit about the musician, and also a bit about the music that inspires the musician. And so I've asked you to choose three tunes, so you can talk a bit about them and tell them why they affected your life or inspired you. So would you like to introduce the first tune?
Okay. Let me tell you that I have a background as a classical musician. I'm not originally traditional musician.
Yeah.
Then I had been playing rock and blues music for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the one, it's not exactly tune, but one CD which inspired me a lot about the traditional music and guitar playing was the CD of Live at Belgrade of Vlatko Stefanovski and Miroslav Tadžić. There are two guitar players. One of them plays mainly flamenco. The other one is a member of one of the very famous rock groups during the communistic time.
Okay.
So they both are not traditional musicians, but this concert is only with traditional music from the Balkans.
Okay.
And it was for me like a big shot. I had been listening a lot of times this CD, tried to play all the tunes, so later on I tried to make my own arrangements in that style. So that's how my first book with arrangements appeared.
Yeah.
For two guitars. Some of the pieces are together with my colleague Valentin Petkov. Some of them are mine.
Okay.
So and this was the first, I think, the first thing which put me into the traditional music.
Right.
So later I took my tambura and I started playing tambura.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, tambura is traditional Bulgarian instrument.
So is there a certain tune on this CD which would be your one that's outstanding?
Maybe Coyle Skoro.
Okay.
It's one perfect tune.
So your second tune?
So my second tune, when I started playing tambura,
Yeah.
I was looking for some tambura players. At first one I have heard about was Rumen Sirakov.
Yes, I know of Rumen Sirakov. It's amazing.
So he's a traditional musician, but I think he was the first one who put the tambura in the frame of the big national orchestra.
Yeah.
He did a lot of records which are perfect for tambura and orchestra, and so maybe that's why he is one of the most famous tambura players in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
I started playing his tunes, and for me, so soon I realized that although the tambura is the same tuning as the guitar,
Yeah.
it has totally different feeling and totally different touching of strings and totally different techniques and ornamentations.
Yeah.
So soon I realized that I play on tambura as a guitar player, which is very common
Yeah.
for guitar players who plays tambura. And I started looking for some tambura players to take something from them.
Yeah.
So that's how I learned some ornamentations which are not written in the books.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
just are played by traditional musicians.
Yeah. So it really takes someone to teach you
Yes,
these ornamentations.
because you know that ornamentations, they are so fast that you cannot catch what exactly happened.
Yeah. No, it wasn't until you slowed some down yesterday that you can. There's so much going on, but when you almost don't hear it, and then when you slow it down, there's like you can hear a lot.
Yes, but even slow down, they are not completely clear sometimes, and you cannot be sure what happens.
Yeah, but I think that's the authenticity of the sound of the instrument, which is really nice. So, is there a certain Roman Sirakov tune?
Absolutely.
Which is your favorite?
My absolutely favorite tune is Galeno Horo.
Yeah.
Galeno Horo, which is played by Rumen Sirakov and later on by Teodosi Spasov, who is also one of the greatest musicians at the moment. He is a kaval player. He plays, I think, with Lord of the Dance, this big show, and he plays with a lot of jazz musicians. So he's between the traditional music and jazz, maybe more jazz musician, but also traditional music musician. And highly quality, skilled, and best musician. He can play 2 hours just sitting in front of the public without any effects and just enjoy people.
Yeah.
You should go to some of his shows if
I
see
get a
some
chance,
concert.
I'd love to.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll get a listen to this tune.
there is almost no arrangements for tambura of classical or baroque music.
Right.
So at the moment, since maybe for several years, I try to make arrangements of all different kinds of music. So since the Middle Ages to the contemporary music for tambura, it's a very big project.
It's a huge project, yeah.
Absolutely, and so I go step by step. So I play some. I have one book published since now. It's with arrangements of Johann Sebastian Bach for tambura.
Wow, and I'd like to get a look at that.
I think that so Johann Sebastian Bach is the musician who I will play all my life, and it won't be enough for me. I play a lot baroque music, but especially Bach. I think he's a giant modern musician. I have two very favorite things by Bach, although there are many more. One of them is the concert for two violins, which is just perfect. If you happen to have the notes, you should listen. You should listen the concert and follow with the notes. And you will see that it's incredible invention, and so the music is really incredible.
nice bit of back there, followed by another little live snippet from my guest Anastas, demonstrating some traditional Bulgarian technique on tambura. After our interview, I was lucky enough to have a short masterclass on Bulgarian technique, ornamentation and authenticity in playing, and I can't express enough my gratitude to some of the advice and notes presented to me by Anastas. Next up, something completely different though, the unmistakable Fua with Arlencino.
I put my hand on her knee and she says, do you want to see? I put my hand on her breast and she says, do you want a kiss? Gently, 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 Johnny, gently, Johnny, my jingle. Gently, 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 Johnny, gently, Johnny.